So now that we've used EquatIO to look at some basic operations and some exponents, let's look at some more advanced math typing with fractions, radicals, and special symbols. So again, to open EquatIO, click on the plugin icon, and then to edit math, hit the equation editor. So I'm going to select everything and delete it. Now to create a fraction, it's really quite simple. All you have to do is hit the slash or division key, and you see that gives you the fraction bar, and you can use the up and down arrows to switch between the numerator and the denominator. So if we want to do something like 4 divided by 5, you do 4, and then go down to the denominator, divide by 5, and then to get out of the fraction altogether, arrow key to the right. We could say 4 divided by 5 equals 0.8. If you wanted to do a more complicated fraction, some sort of a rational expression, same thing, just create the fraction sign first. And now our numerator could be x to the power of 2 times y to the power of 5. And then arrow key down to get to the denominator, and we could divide this by x to the power of 7, go to the right to leave the exponent, and then y to the power of -2. Or -3, you can choose whatever exponent you want. And then just whenever you're done typing the fraction, arrow key to the right until you are out of it. We could even do this to have multiple fractions, some sort of a rational equation. Just create the fraction first. We could do 2, go to the denominator, make this x minus 2, and then let's go to the right and add to this another rational expression, another fraction. This time we'll say x minus 3, and the denominator will be x to the power of 2, x squared, and we can do minus 5x plus 6. Whoops, I wanted the 6. There we go. Arrow key to the right. We could say that this whole thing equals 1, or whatever else you want. So for creating fractions in general, it's really quite simple. All you have to do is use that slash symbol. So again, hit the check mark to insert the math, then we can close it all out. We see there are all of my fractions inserted. And just for reference, the thing that you need to hit is that division key. Next up on typing math here are our radicals. And these are going to be things like square roots and cube roots and fourth roots. And because I don't see any of those on my keyboard, I'm going to have to do backslash and then the name of the symbol. So for square root, the name will be SQRT. So backslash SQRT. And as soon as you hit the space bar, there's your square root sign. So we could do something like square root of 16. And if we want to say square root of 16 equals 4, again, hit the right arrow key to get out from under the radical sign. And then you can hit the equals 4. If you want the thing to stay under the radical sign, we can do backslash SQRT, spacebar, we could do square root of x to the power of 2 minus 9, and see how the whole thing stays under the radical sign. So you can do it either way. Just remember that whenever you want to get out from under the radical, arrow key to the right. So for square roots, that little name shortcut that you need to remember how to type is going to be backslash SQRT for square root. Now what if you want something other than a square root? Say you want a cube root or a fourth root. Those in general are called the nth roots. So the name is going to be backslash nth root. And you hit that with the space bar. It gives you two different spots. You see you've got a spot up here where you can type. You can also type the argument underneath. So say we want a cube root, then we can type in 3, then arrow key to the right, and cube root of, I don't know, 27. So that's how you get a cube root sign. If you arrow key to the right again, we could say cube root of 27 equals 3. Or we could do it with a different root if you wanted to. You could do backslash. Again, the name of the symbol is the nth root. Spell that correctly, and then hit the space bar. This time, let's say we want to do a fourth root. So this is the fourth root of x squared minus 2x plus 16. And then let's arrow key to the right just for fun and say that the whole thing equals 12. So anytime you need a radical other than a square root, the name of that is going to be nth root. So the symbol to really remember there is going to be your backslash nth root. Not divided by. Make sure you do that correctly. Backslash. There we go. Now, the last types of things that you may want to type are some special symbols, such as inequalities, Greek letters, and the plus or minus sign. So for inequalities, the strict inequalities are easy. If you want to do x is less than 4, you can use the symbols that are right down here on your computer keyboard. Shift, comma, x is less than 4. We could do y is greater than 5. Just use shift period, that greater than sign, and 5. But what if you want to say x is less than or equal to 4? How do you get that or equal to sign? And that is really quite easy. You just hit the equal sign directly after your inequality symbol. So if we do x is less than, it looks like that, but as soon as you hit the equals key, it becomes or equal to 4. Same thing for greater than or equal to. We can do y is greater than or equal to 10. So first you hit the greater than sign. To get the equals, just add in the equal sign. Y is greater than or equal to 10. Once you've got your math the way you like it, insert math, close it out, and there you have all of your symbols in the Google Doc. So your keyboard keys, greater than, or less than and greater than signs are directly on the keyboard. But if you want to do less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, then you just type your inequality followed by the equal sign. So that would be less than or equal to. You could also get greater than or equal to. Next up are Greek letters. There are only a few of these that you'll use a whole lot, but they're good to know how to do. It's just backslash and then the name of the Greek letter. So if you want the Greek letter alpha, you'll do backslash A-L-P-H-A, spacebar, there's your alpha. If you want beta, backslash B-E-T-A, and so on. If you want to do delta, it'd be backslash D-E-L-T-A. And the handy thing is that if you want a capital delta, that triangle symbol that you use in chemistry for change, like Q equals MC delta T, you do Q equals MC, and then to get the uppercase delta, you simply do backslash, and then type the name of the Greek letter delta using a capital letter. So instead of small d, use a big D, and then as soon as you hit spacebar, there's your capital delta, delta T. So that's handy. The capital delta is one that you'll use a lot. Another that you might use quite a bit is epsilon, because that's what you use for is an element of if you're talking about domain and range. So if you want to say x is an element of the real number set, or x can be any real number, then you would do x. That one is your epsilon. And that gives you the little element symbol, that's the Greek letter epsilon, and then you could put in your real number. So anytime you need Greek letters, instead of hunting around in the symbol menu for them, you can just do backslash, and then the name of the Greek letter. Or if you need the capital version, you'll do backslash, and then the name of the Greek letter, starting with an uppercase. Now the last special symbol that you definitely will need is the plus or minus. Again, I don't see a plus or minus key on the keyboard, which means you need to use the special name for it, which in this case is just PM. If you want the plus or minus symbol, \PM and spacebar, there you have it. So for example, if we wanted to say square root of 9 equals plus or minus 3. So first we'll need to put in the square root, so \SQRT of 9, arrow key to the right to get out of the square root sign, equals plus or minus space 3. And then when you have your math, click insert, and there you go. So, challenge for you guys here at the end is see if you can type in the quadratic formula. That has a little bit of everything. So go ahead and try it on your own for a second. See if you can figure out how to type that all in. X equals -v plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Look it up if you need a refresher, but then see if you can type that all in. So now that you've had a chance to try it, I'm going to show you how I would put in the quadratic formula. So it starts with x equals, and now we know that the rest of the expression is a big old fraction, so I'm going to put that fraction sign in right away, and then start with my numerator. X equals -b plus or minus, so that's a special symbol I need to use by typing in the name, \PM. And then I need a square root. That's another special symbol. So \SQRT. X equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared. So b to the power of 2. Oops, b to the power of 2. There we go. Minus 4ac. Just click down here to get to the denominator. And this is all over 2a. So that is how you would type in the quadratic formula. Checkbox, and there you go. So these are some of the different symbols that you can type using EquatIO. Obviously there are more, but the main thing that I would make note of if I were you and be sure to remember are these names of symbols that you will need to type in more frequently. So I'm going to highlight these here in my document to make sure that you make note of them. Times and division symbols. Exponents you do with the caret, that's shift 6. Fractions you do just by hitting the division sign. Radicals you can use a square root, \SQRT, or for higher order roots you can do an nth root. Special symbols, your inequalities, you would just hit the keyboard symbols, either strict inequalities or greater than and equal to, less than and equal to. Greek letters, you just do backslash and then the name of the letter. And for plus or minus, \PM. So make note of those. You will definitely be using that. And even if it takes you a little while to get to remember all of the different little titles, it will save you a lot of time in the end.